Hello, everyone. Jose J. Garcia with Garcia Mohom University. Our special guest for today. She is from Ontario, Canada. I assume it's cold. It's cold here. So she is an entrepreneur, investor, and founder at Aqua Made. Sophie Coutu, how are you?
I'm good yourself.
Very good. So let's talk about that. How cold is it up there? I know New York had a snow issue. Whatever.
I know, right? I'm not in Ontario right now. I'm actually in Alberta, and we had a big snowstorm yesterday. So we had about 20 centimeter of snow. So
Wow.
this is how we wake up this morning.
I don't envy you there. I prefer the heat, the sun, and take me to Florida kind of thing. But all right.
Yeah, you
So
gotta love snow.
absolutely. So we met through same platforms, same social media sites, and of course our
Correct.
coaches, mentors, that sort of thing. But for people that don't know you, tell us about you.
Yes. Well, I'm originally from Quebec. I started a business, which is Aqua Made Limited. It's a cleaning services for commercial, industrial, construction cleanup. So I started this in 2014, and it's been growing every year. And this year, we're going to see like a big jump on the growth. So pretty happy with the business here.
Awesome, awesome. Did you grow or slow down during COVID?
No, no, we grow. We grown quite a bit, and 2021 will actually will be a big jump.
There you go. That's huge. I hear that more and more. And we are also scared when it first hit COVID. I know I was. We slowed down some, but the more I talk to more successful people like you, it seems that, we grew during that time. So that's good to hear. So how did you get started and what made you want to become an entrepreneur?
Well, it's a bit funny, Jose, because I did an investment in 2010, and the investment was our family investment. So I stayed home for 4 years with my kids, which honestly, I'm not that kind of person or mom to stay at home for 4 years with the kids. But it was very a big investment for our family at that point, and my husband was doing a good salary at that time. So I stayed 4 years at home, but at the end of the 4 year, and way before that, to be honest, I just wanted to, like, I had a fire in me, and I just wanted to get out. It was like, I don't get me wrong, I love my kids, but it was me or the kids at that point. I'm like, I need to get out. So and then I was really searching on what I wanted to do, and entrepreneurship was always something that I really wanted to do. And what I was thinking, what kind of business I wanted to do, I knew that cleaning business was something I was able to do, and I was going to rock this industry. And this is how it started. And then I started with doing residential. After 3 months, I'm like, no, residential is not where I'm going. I went on the commercial right away, and I haven't stopped yet.
We're
It's
definitely going
been,
to
yeah.
we're definitely going to
Mhm.
touch upon real estate that that is my niche there, mobile homes. But you had a vision, you had a drive, you took action,
Mhm.
and here you are. And that's great. That's huge. And that's even the first one a lot of people failed to have. So you did all the
Yeah.
above. And like I said, here you are. Tell us about Aqua Made.
Well, Aqua Made, it's like I said, it's a commercial, industrial cleaning. We do a lot of right now. We do a lot of industrial and commercial, and we have like a big industrial facility that we do. So, I mean, we go a lot on the quality and where we are right now, where we're located. I feel that it's not to discredit a lot of the other cleaning services, but I feel that they don't have that professionalism and that work ethic, and that is, I think, is the reason why we've been skyrocketing, rocketing the market here.
So what areas do you cover currently?
So we are in Grand Prairie, Alberta. So it's about 5 hours north of Edmonton, and 4.5 hours of Jasper.
As you
So
go,
it's a not a very small town, but it's a city here where all the small town around that city go to.
okay,
It's
makes
big.
sense.
It's a
As
very work related city.
Yeah. Sounds like it. Okay. As your
Yeah.
goal to grow, you just keep on growing more and more.
Oh yeah, definitely. The city is growing, and yeah, it's a lot of an oil industry town city, but because of what's happening with the oil right now, it kind of slowed down on this. But it's very diversified city, so it doesn't do anything even with the oil.
Awesome. Okay. Interesting. So, we all know businesses, to run a business, it isn't easy. We all have ups, downs, difficulties, and challenges,
Mhm.
of course. What are some challenges you face on a daily basis with your business?
Um, can I go back to when I started?
Absolutely.
So when I started, like just you gave me that idea now. So when I started the business, I had young kids. I had a 1.5 years old, like 2 years old and 4 years old approximately. And my husband was working on a shift of 3 weeks away and 2 weeks home. So
Wow.
when I started the business, I had really young kids, and my husband was not even home for the 3 weeks. And then I had to, and even at that time, I was working. 60, 80, 85 hours probably a week. So it was very a big challenge, but at that point, I knew that nothing was going to stop me. Um, to answer your question now, I think one of the challenge that we have in the cleaning industry is always the staff. So the staff is always something. It's hard to get good staff, but I've been working a lot in the past few years about that, and I can really see a big difference. And I think COVID actually brought the business like a very good candidate who wants to have either a second income or either like have a change. Like example, we have someone who's been in the uh, hospital, like the sorry, the hospitalization medical industry. Thank you. In the medical industry for a while, for all of her life, and then she just wanted a change. And I mean, this is good quality people, right? That we bring.
You mentioned 85 hours a week. That's how
Oh
many
yeah,
you put, probably
at
more
that
than that on average. But you have kids at this point and you were working these
I
long?
had kids, very young kids.
For those
Yeah,
of you
I had a
tuning
little.
in and wondering what does it take to be successful, she just said it. 85 hours and do it. Any and everything can be done. So many people have excuses, and like JT was said, you can have excuses or you
Exactly.
can have results. And as you're
Yeah.
complaining about 40 hours a week, that's only half of what Sophie here is doing. So get it done.
Yeah, no, it was at that point it was whatever it takes, and I was going to ready to do it, and I still have that mindset, right? It's whatever it takes. Um, but it was very hard at that time, but I was with the kids for that long. I had very good friends who can help me and babysitters and all that, so I was able to make it, but I'm not gonna lie, it was difficult. Yeah,
Oh, I bet. Yeah. And I have to add too, how do you balance the marriage, the kids, the
yeah.
business?
And then not seeing your husband for that 3 weeks,
Yeah.
right? you
Wow.
want to you want to be with him a little bit, right? Or have that family time together. But I still think that sometimes you need to do that short term sacrifice for a good long term benefit, right? So I still had that mindset to this day. And I knew that at some point, like my husband's not going to go away, my kids not going to go away. They're still there. They're going to be there for the long run also. So I mean, yeah, I knew they were going to be there.
Two things there. Sacrifice today for a better tomorrow. That is the name of the podcast for today. Hashtag no excuses. Beautifully said.
Love
What are
it.
yeah, what are some mistakes you made in the beginning that you would not do? Would you go back and do it again?
Oh my God, there's so many. um, some mistakes. Hiring staff the way that I hired the staff was definitely one of my mistakes.
Okay.
Um, um, and at the early when I started early, I felt that I was coming home and I was bringing my work home, and I was not I was angry, but I was also like maybe stressed a little, and then I had a lot on my shoulder at that point. I was bringing that home, and like the kids are kids, right? And the husband are husband also. So you just bring that frustration home and things like that, which I'm glad that I changed that at an early stage of when
Good.
I started my business, and I don't bring that home anymore. But I had to listen to where I was, the way I was, and things I was doing, and I'm like, that's not how I am as a family person, as a mom. I'm not like that, right? So I shouldn't bring that negativity home, and just when I'm home with them, and then I spend the time with them. Then when they go to sleep, I can still work. I can still do some things, right?
You schedule, you plan around it. That's great what you're saying right here, because you
Yeah.
have to do what you have to do. It isn't easy, but you keep going. And I mean, you learn from your failures, and then that is huge for a lot of people who can't tell the difference of it. And I struggle with that myself. When I say when my son is around you, you have this mentality, you want to still keep going and keep going, but you have to really put the time where
Never
it needs
stop.
to be. How did you keep yourself going in your team at this times with to these difficulties? And
What did you say again? Sorry, say that again. The
your
routine.
team, you learn a lot from them, and you say even hiring the staff. So, uh, but what kept you going? What was it that just kept you motivating them, your team? Because you were a leader.
Right, right. Well, to me, to motivate myself, I just had that fire in me. I just wanted to succeed. I wanted to succeed. And that's always what I wanted to do. I also wanted to create, because we all had, before being an entrepreneur, we all had a job also, right? Like a day job or things like that, right?
Yeah.
So, and we all had that job that we don't like. We didn't like. It was like, it sucked to be there, right?
Yes.
And I really, like, when really started, I wanted to create, because I knew I was going to have staff, like I cannot do it by myself, and I really wanted to create a work environment that people will actually like to work, and be comfortable and feel like it's a family. um so this is one I really want to create, but it took me times to create that. But you need to have the right people also to be able to create something like that. So it was really my main thing. It was to create a nice place for people to work. It doesn't mean, like, it doesn't matter that it's cleaning and it's restoration, like a restaurant. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. I just want to create something nice that people will feel comfortable and they will be proud, because I'm making jersey, I'm making hats, I want them to be proud to actually wear that swag, that Aqua Made swag, and be
Right.
proud and go out with it, right?
You need entrepreneurs, people that really buy into your business. They want to be there. Absolutely. Get rid of
Yeah,
the apples.
that
One,
loyalty. Yeah,
yeah, one bad negativity mindset with the mix ruins all the above. I get it. And coming
exactly.
from a corporate job, very much disliked it. Yes, you hit it right on. I disliked it very much. But I was in, and I had 72 employees under me at the time, and all it took was one individual roaming around, and it would just cause that throughout meetings, and
Yeah.
it was shocking. And looking back, that's what it was. It was that one person. So Sophie, you've been on stage. You've shared stage with some very successful individuals. I mean, to name a few: Russell Peters, who's a comedian; Dolph
Yeah,
Lundgren, I'm a fan. Rocky, for those of you
of
who
course. Yeah,
Julian Michaels, I think you even interviewed her. So,
did.
how important is it for you to surround yourself around more successful people than yourself?
Oh, it's the way to learn. You cannot learn if all the people you have in your life are like below you. I don't like saying below, but let's say they have that 9 to 5 job. It's not something that as an entrepreneur we do. We don't have a 9 to 5 job or 8 to 4, whatever it is that at the time, right? So I was a soccer player all of my life, and the only way I can learn is to be with soccer player that are better than me.
Mhm.
And then it's the same thing as an entrepreneur. You have to be with people that are better than you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the way to learn. It's just the way to learn.
Very well. I've used this before. I've heard it, and it's if you run on a track field with those that are slower than you, you naturally will win every time. but your time won't be as good
Yeah.
if you run with those that are faster than you. You always lose, but you'll have the
Yeah.
best time because they're driving, they're pulling that better of yourself. So that is very good.
Yeah.
Would you be where you're at today if it wasn't for those more successful than you?
Um, well, I don't think so. But in the same time, I really had that drive. It was like I still remember the way I was in 2014 at that time when I started the business. There was nothing that was going to stop me. There was absolutely nothing. I just yeah, I just knew. So yeah, of course, you need these people. You need those. I didn't have a coach for the longest time in the business. I just met GT for in 2019, I believe.
It was a bonus.
So
That's all it was. You
it will.
had
Oh, definitely, it makes a big growth and everything, all that. But um, it was really the will that I had that made me.
absolutely. That's a
Yeah,
beautiful thing. Great, great. Motivation within, and you had the drive, and you went after it.
yeah,
You know, a lot of people have ideas. They want to talk about it. They sit on the sidelines and I can this, I can that, and somehow day after day, month, year goes by, and they're still right there. So,
yeah.
wishing and thinking is only half the success, I suppose. What is the best advice you ever received from a coach?
Um, the best advice I have received for a coach from a coach. Wow, that's a good question. On top of my head, I don't know like this one. Oh, wow, wow. I wish I would have been prepared for this one. Um,
Well, you kind of said it, and JT says it. Stop talking about it and get it done. And so have.
well, definitely, definitely, yeah, yeah. Or like tough time never lasts. Tough people do. That's
That's great.
just
I
get
like
out
that.
there and do it.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's a very good one. Yeah, I'm gonna quote you on that one as well. Sophie, I'm real estate, it's a hidden side of real estate and mobile homes that I invest in, been doing so for over 6 years, and it's steady growing, steady going after it, more, bigger, better things kind of thing. What is your knowledge
Yeah.
in mobile homes?
In the mobile homes, not as much, but I like to see you doing it all the time on the with the founder and everything.
Oh yeah,
So I
you're part
keep
of that.
looking at you. I keep looking at you on this one.
Okay, I didn't know you were on there. Huh. Interesting. So even more connection we have. Absolutely.
We
And
are in the founder together.
you mentioned a commercial. So an individual mobile home may not be for your interest, but whenever a park comes around that we know somebody needs to get rid of, we will definitely be reaching out to you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So last question. What is your biggest goal for 2021? I know you mentioned Aqua being growing, which I don't doubt in the slightest, but what is your biggest goal for 21?
Um, to be honest with you, I don't think it's the biggest one, but one of my goal is really to give back to the community more and more.
Yes,
And it's something that I always wanted to do, but it needs it needed money and time and being comfortable at a certain level. Never going to be comfortable, but being at a certain level, I should say, before I was able to do something and like that. And the first day that I came in Alberta, I went to Safeway. I know you guys maybe not don't have Safeway, but it's a grocery store, and I bought like subs and water, and I went to distribute that around town. We've been doing Christmas dinner for people
that's great.
people,
Wow.
things like that that I really want to give back. I think everyone should not be worried about food. I think there's a lot of things we can be worried about, but not food. No matter the age, whatever nationality, wherever you live, doesn't matter. I think food is one of the most important thing, and water, obviously. But yeah,
That's great. Yeah, definitely. And for those of you tuning in, your biggest goal doesn't have to be your biggest goal, but like Sophie said, give back, give something. You
yeah,
can always do, and it doesn't have to be material or money all the time.
yeah.
It could be time, something that you know somebody else doesn't know. Teach them. So
Well,
absolutely
of course, I have bigger goal than that,
sure.
obviously. But I was one of the goal that I really wanted to reach at that point to just give back a little bit more than I should. Yeah.
Well said. You got to get self-motivated. You stop at nothing. Success is not an option. Nike said it best. Just do it. So, any last encouraging words for those tuning in?
Don't give up. I mean, it's you have to keep yourself out there, and just keep going no matter what it is. Like we all have our down days, like, oh my god, it's such a bad day, and we're like down for maybe a few hours, a few minutes, a few days, depending of how the people are. But doesn't matter. You're always gonna have to have these days. Always, always. Just keep going, no matter what.
Bad days are part of it. That's just the way that it is,
Part
and
of
we
it.
wouldn't know the better days if it wasn't for those. So, okay, Sophie, how can people connect with you?
They can go to Facebook, Sophie Coutu on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, same thing, same name. I don't change my name on those ones. But then for AquaMaid, they can go on the website, www.aquamadeltd.com. Yeah, and then you can reach me by email, sophie.c@aquamadeltd.com.
Okay, and I will share all those links on this video. So any of you that do want to connect with Sophie, just click on those. I will be adding this obviously to our podcast, and for you, Millionaire Flicks as well. So Sophie, it has been a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for joining
Thank you
us.
so much, Jose. It was
All right.
amazing. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.